Greetings. God be with you. Good luck then.
Potong saya, potong saya.
Henry, I'm glad. God be with you.
Makes goods and the implements and machines of every kind.
See you later.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, sir.
Satisfied?
Close. Drop the price a bit more and we'll shake on it. Finally, a reasonable sum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help me, somebody. Please, help me.
What happened to you?
Sir, if you only knew. He told me he'd marry me, even though his mother forbade it. And then they killed him. They killed him, the dogs. And his mother told everyone it was my fault. And now I have a child and we live like beasts in the woods. So I beg here at the roadside. Nothing else is left to me. Be merciful, good sir. Can you help me, sir? A little coin? They drive me from the village, but if I bring a groschen or two to the merchant, he'll surely sell me a little food.
Don't you want to go to Ratai? There are other refugees there. Someone would take care of you.
No, sorry, sir, but I won't go there. I've heard what happens there. A few groschen, sir, so I can go and buy some milk for the little one.
Of course. Here you are.
Thank you, sir. May God bless you.
good fella. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Yeah.
God grant you help. How may I help you? God be with you.
magical elixirs and amulets, miraculous ointments, and remarkable remedies. Mandrake roots taken straight from the gallows at midnight. Come closer, my friends. Marvel at the miraculous items on offer.
God grant you health. How may I help you? Take care.
Náš tatíček nebo štíček, daj jim pámbu nebesa, vodírali staré báby na trapaci do lesa. Od neděle do neděle
God be with you.
hraje muziko.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right, so.
At the miraculous items on offer today for a fraction of their true value.
Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
Mandrake roots taken straight from the gallows at midnight.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Good luck then.
Can we do something about the price?
Well, we can try it. Aye, that would do it.
God save. How may I help you, good night?
Is Adela still working here?
What do you mean by working?
Well, you know, at the baths. Serving gentlemen's needs?
You pig. Are you not ashamed of yourself prowling around here after women? I hope your pride and joy rots and drops off.
Oh, God, no. I want to take her away. So she doesn't have to sleep with men anymore.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Go ahead, then. You'll have to talk to Madam.
Thanks.
And sorry about that thing with your pride and joy. I take it back. May it stay where it is and healthy.
Take care.
God watch over you, good night, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
Is Adela still working here?
What do you want Adela for? Ain't my tits big enough for you?
Yes, plenty big. But I really need to speak to Adela. Do you know where she is?
How should I know? Go and ask Madame. God be with you.
Is there something you need?
What are you looking for? You'd better not disturb anyone here. I've got an important guest.
For you, and I'll get what I paid for, whether you like it or not.
Christ! Is that Adela crying in that room?
Aye, it's a bit unpleasant.
Unpleasant? That fella is beating her up.
The gentleman is a little on the rough side, but he pays well, and the bruises will heal soon enough.
I want to talk to her.
You can't now. The door stays locked, and the key stays safely with me. Wait until tomorrow.
A knight in shining armor is gonna come to your rescue? Nobody gives a fuck about you.
The church sent me. Do you really want to oppose the will of God?
Me? Never. No, I wouldn't.
Then let me into Adela.
All right. Here.
So turn over and shut your damn mouth.
No! Leave me alone, you pig!
What did you say?
I said you're an animal, and I won't do that!
You call me an animal? Are you yanking my pizzle? I said get out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for Adela.
For Adela? But I paid for that whore.
Don't call her a whore.
She fucks for money, you idiot. She is a whore.
Now you've fucked up.
Why did you
Fuck.
have to get me
I don't need this shit. But you haven't heard the last of this, fucker. I'll cut your fucking throat for that.
What in God's name have you done?
I saved you.
Oh my God! Henson will kill me! If Marouche doesn't first.
Everything will be all right.
All right? You said that about Hinnock when you were looking for him, and he ended up dead.
Leave this place. I'll help you.
What? Why? What are you on about?
You don't have to live in this rat hole anymore. We'll leave together.
Who gave you that idea?
Johanka.
What Johanka are you talking about, for God's sake?
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Since when did you get so devout?
It was Johanka's doing.
Oh, who is this woman?
She's from Skalitz, like me. Just an innocent girl.
They all claim that.
But she really is.
How could you know that?
Because maybe the Virgin Mary speaks to her.
What?
The Blessed Virgin started visiting Johanka in her dreams.
Visiting?
Well, that's how Johanka put it. Like visitations in which she spoke to her.
But why would the Virgin choose her to speak to?
It was only on account of her that the wounded from Skalitz got to Sasau. Although they didn't have it easy there either.
I heard they took them in at the monastery.
Aye, but they didn't exactly bend over backwards to help them there. Johanka had to take care of them on her own. Most of them wouldn't have lived without her. Look, when I came to see her the first time, after Skalitz, she was destroyed. And they wanted to drive her out of the monastery. She could have just gone. But she didn't want to stop helping the others.
But what's any of that got to do with me?
It was Johanka who sent me to you. She had visions at night. And according to these visitations, she believes she has a duty to save sinners.
And you believe in these visitations?
Yes, I believe.
I'd like to believe too.
Well, why don't you try it then?
How? Like I should just drop everything here, pack my things and go off to see someone I don't even know?
Why not?
It's madness. It's like starting all over from the beginning.
And why did you become,
A prostitute.
Yeah.
If you're expecting to hear some touching tale about a poor girl tossed around by fate, you'll be disappointed. I didn't want a husband, and I needed money.
So just for money?
What do you think I do it for? Love? Have you got a problem with that?
No. Everyone has to make a living, but you don't have to be a bath maid.
So what else should I do, in your opinion?
Why don't you get married? You're a pretty girl, and a husband would look after you.
Any idea how many husbands I see in here? While their wives are at home with black eyes looking after a pack of brats.
You won't avoid black eyes here. What about your last customer?
At least he pays for it.
You can just find yourself a different livelihood.
Why? What's wrong with the one I have?
You don't care that you're living in sin.
So? Virtue won't put food on my table.
Man cannot live by bread alone.
I'll wager you've never known real hunger.
Oh, I have. Believe me. But I never sold my soul on account of it.
A likely story with that chubby face of yours. But I still think I'm better off here.
What about when you get older? Do you think the men will still come to you?
That's true, unfortunately.
You can't go on like this forever. You could catch some nasty disease.
What do you know about such things?
I've seen plenty, believe me. Maybe too much.
Oh, sorry. I try not to think too much about that.
Well, maybe you should. The apothecary in Rattay could tell you a lot about the ailments people come to him with.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's all that bad here.
But you're a pariah. No one will talk to you.
What do I care about anyone else? Let them look out for themselves and I'll do the same.
You won't always be able to manage on your own, whether you like it or not.
So what?
Not even Johanka can manage everything on her own.
But when you talked about her, she sounded so strong.
And even so, she's struggling. If she didn't have the help of one of the monks, as well as...
You?
Well, yes. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
Maybe it's not so bad to count on someone else in this world.
No doubt about it.
You know, you might be right about some things.
So you'll leave it?
But how? Where would I go? What would I live on?
Wouldn't you like to help in the infirmary at Sasau Monastery?
Would they let me?
You're a bath maid who knows something about healing. They'd be glad to have you.
But where will I live?
There, of course. It's modest, but you'll have everything you need.
I'm not used to much anyway.
See then? I reckon you've nothing to worry about.
All right. Will we go right away?
We can go right now. Come on then.
All right. I'll just say farewell to the girls and pack a few things. Mother of God, I'm all in a flutter. To pack up and go, just like that.
You're doing the right thing. You'll see.
Take care.
I told you I wasn't done with you yet. I'll hang you up by the balls from the nearest tree, and then I'll get what I paid for from that harlot.
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for
Not enough of life, have you?
Here! You call that combat?
Come on! bollocks!
I'll kill you.
I'm over here!
Take that.
What's the matter? Come on.
Yeah! Come here, Lily Liver.
You fucking...
Damn!
Christ!
Henry? Are you all right, 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 Henry? Keep going. Are you all right, Henry? Henry? Will we keep going? Are you all right, Henry? Are you all right, Henry? Will we keep going? Will we keep going?
There's the good doggy. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Will we keep going? Henry? Will we keep going? Will we keep going?
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. It's you they were after mostly. And are you all right?
Just a scratch or two. Those idiots didn't know who they were taking on.
Good. The sooner we go, the better. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Let's go then.
Goodbye.
Here we are. Give it a while and you'll be happy here. Believe me.
Oh, Henry. I'm starting to have a good feeling about this. Maybe I'll really find happiness here.
I'm sure you will. Johanka will take care of you. She's very good at that.
You know, you're the first one to do something for me, without expecting anything. And I don't have anything to give you, unless, if you wanted. For one last time, together.
You don't have to thank me, and you certainly don't have to offer your body to anyone. Anyone at all.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you.
Henry, how did it go in Ledechko? For the love of God, what have you been doing?
I went to Ledechko like you asked me.
And? How did it turn out?
You were right. It turned out well with Adela. I persuaded her to leave her trade and find a more virtuous job. She's here for you.
That's great news.
I promised her you take care of her, and I brought her here. She'll help you take care of the sick and injured, like you wanted.
You did a great job, Henry. Thank you. Of course I'll take care of her. We can't let her down now.
And how are things going here?
Much the same as always. There are always wounded and sick people. I'm on my feet from morning till night. But Matthias is better. I'm glad about that. There's these troublemakers, though.
Troublemakers?
Aye. While you were gone, some thugs came here and kicked around the gifts that people brought. Then they vanished before the guards got here.
Oh? Who were they?
I didn't see them at it, but there's some fellas hanging around now by the entrance to the monastery. Maybe that's them? And whenever I go into town, they take liberties with me.
Take liberties how? Did they hurt you?
No, they just make all sorts of offensive comments on account of me speaking on the square. And when someone comes to see me, they make trouble for them. So now, almost no one wants to come here. Maybe you could have a word with them?
A word? I'll give them such a hiding they'll be afraid to look twice at you again.
Oh no, Henry. I'll be glad if you can get them to stop, but don't do anything bad to them.
Bastards like that deserve nothing better.
That's for God to judge. We should turn the other cheek.
I'll sort it out one way or another. Don't worry.
Goodbye. Henry!
My word, Johanka. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
So, what do you think? Was it all right?
Welcome, Henry.
I'm at a loss for words. It was great. It sounded almost like it wasn't you at all. I never expected you'd say such things. Flames, a golden city, beasts of hell. It was awe-inspiring. You even put the fear of God into me. I heaved a sigh of relief when the Virgin Mary came and everything ended well. It was the best sermon I ever heard. I mean it.
Oh, thank you, Henry. I don't even know how I did it. I just opened my mouth and the words came by themselves. What about other people? What did they say?
I'd say they liked it. Everyone was quite spellbound.
Oh, that's a good thing, isn't it? And do you think it made sense? That it was clear what I wanted to say?
I just won't get any sleep.
Oh, yes. Clear as day. We must prepare to do battle with demons. We have to drive them back when they come.
I think you misunderstood. I don't think it was about actual demons, more like they represent our own sins. We must amend our ways and live virtuous lives. Only then will the Virgin grant us her mercy.
Aha, right. That makes sense. I get it now.
I'm glad you do. I hope the others understood too. Thank you, Henry. I'm glad you were there with me.
So am I. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. How is Matthias doing?
I think he's getting better. It looks like his fever's fallen. Sometimes we even talk for a while. I just hope he doesn't relapse again.
Nah, he'll pull out of it. You'll see. I see things are looking up for you. You even got a roof over your head. I'm glad you don't have to sleep in that stable anymore. And it seems the overseer coughed up a groschen or two in the end, eh?
Yes. I'm glad too, but it's a little bit complicated. Monastery affairs, you know. I won't bother you with the details.
What about the custodian? Is he leaving you alone now?
Yes. He hasn't been here for a while. Can we just talk about something else, please?
What's got into you? You're not yourself at all. Is something wrong?
Oh, Henry. If only you knew.
What's the matter?
Sir Sebastian. He kept coming here, always bringing me gifts, a dress, a piece of jewellery. He was so persistent. I was completely worn out from everything. And he was the only one here who showed me any sympathy.
God save Henry.
Any understanding. He was quite kind, actually. And then once, more than once, I went with him. Then he had this room cleared out and gave it to me.
I won't tell anyone, I promise. But what you did was bad. Whatever the reason. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I know. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But it's all over. I swear. Since I started having those dreams, I haven't been with him. I sold all the things he gave me and bought food and supplies for the sick. I still feel terrible about it. I think maybe it's because of me that Matthias isn't getting better. If I had been more virtuous...
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Quiet!
The important thing is you ended it and you tried to make amends.
I'm so ashamed, Henry. Please forgive me, and don't tell Matthias or anyone else, I beg you.
I won't breathe a word. I promise.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. I feel relieved for telling you. You're so understanding.
God be with you.
Please, go away. I don't feel like talking to anyone now. I need to be alone for a while.
It's not your fault. He took advantage of you. Stop punishing yourself. You've got an important mission before you. If you were such a terrible sinner, the Blessed Virgin wouldn't have chosen you, would she?
No. I suppose you're right. Thanks, Henry.
Goodbye.
Good luck to you. Quiet!
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.